Hey there! Today we'll be talking about this pen, the Chelpark Warrior. I've already covered the Chelpark Imperia at some point. You see the two pens are somewhat related, same brand, same basic structure. The Chelpark Warrior has some interesting features. It's all plastic, it's flesh colored, sort of pink. It has Chelpark on the clip. Clip is made of plastic. It's something I could easily snap off, so I'll be a little careful. Now, on top of the cap, there's this black thing, nothing fancy. The cap itself has this black and flesh-colored mix, which I think is actually quite original. You have the barrel, the end, just a bit of that pink stuff. It says Chelpark Warrior on the barrel. You open the cap by screwing it off. You can post it easily. There's this little step down thing for it to hold the cap in place. That makes for a very decently sized pen, maybe a bit large even. Unposted, it can be used too, of course. Section, not a big step down. There are threads. They're a little on the sharp side, I'm just feeling, but with the shape of the section it's easy to hold it near the end, and I don't feel the threads at all then. Okay, the nib. Well, the nib it gives some feedback. It's an inexpensive pen, but it's not the scratchiest I've ever used. You'll probably see that in the writing sample. The nib says Chelpark. It has a C on there, and that's all there's to it. Unscrew the barrel. Come back to that. Then you have this highly interesting converter. It's connected to the pen, so you cannot actually take it out. It's a push type piston, so there's ink in there. I can't push too hard, but you can push this thing up. That's just a bar. This is ribbed, so it's fairly easy to hold, and you just push it in, you pull it out again, and that will draw up ink. Very simple system. One thing that's very interesting is the amount of threads on the barrel. I'm going to screw this back in place. Now you just try and time this. And now it's done. That's a lot of threads. What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, I got this. Someone sent this to me. I like that. These Chelpark pens, they're inexpensive, not to say cheap. There's nothing wrong with that, but clearly you cannot expect this pen to perform the same as a $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100 pen. They're cheaper than that. The nib will give you some feedback. The pen will feel a little cheap. It is plastic. Is that a bad thing? No, I don't think you should look down on that. You just have to have realistic expectations. I'm not saying it's a crappy pen, because it's not. But it serves its purpose. As an inexpensive pen, I think it's pretty good. And that's pretty much all there's to it. So I think the best thing to do is to show you a writing sample, give you an idea of how it writes, and you decide whether you need this or not. And that's all there's to it. So I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, so writing with the Chelpark Warrior. Warrior. Well, you know what I mean, right? The nib is fine, and the ink is... Boy, oh boy, what on earth is this ink? What did I put in there? I'm not sure. I think it's Bay State Blue by Noodlers. I'm not absolutely sure, sorry. Then again, it's a pen review, not an ink review. The Quick Brown Fox. Did not remember the ink he used. Writing is, there is some feedback. Don't know whether you can hear that, but it's there. But it's not even the scratchiest pen I've ever used. Now, bear in mind, this is Rhodia paper, so it's a very high quality, smooth paper. I can imagine on copier paper this might feel a bit less smooth. In any case, let's do some fast writing, see how well the feed keeps up. So we have some skips there, but in general I think this is a fairly decent performance. A bit of coloring to see how wet it is. Yeah, I think this is Bay State Blue. It's a fairly fast drying ink. It's not the wettest pen out there, but it's not excessively dry or anything. What about line variation? I'm not expecting a whole lot here. No pressure, and then adding pressure. Well, you can squeeze out some line variation, so that is not bad. And I guess that's all there's to it. So, an okay pen. Not that bad at all. I hope this was useful. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.